gosh, I'm just hoping and praying that this looks somewhat okay. I'm throwing this blanket on, by the way, because I am wearing Reese's pajama pants. This is my like kind of newish setup. We're really trying to work on it. I have a sign coming in. I'm very excited about it. It's a work in progress, but anything is better than whatever I had before. Like, don't get me started on how much I hated it. It was horrible. Into the video. Into the thick of it. One of my absolute favorite things about this job, I don't want to call it a job, more like this privilege, my YouTube channel. One of my favorite things about my YouTube channel is that I get to connect with people probably like you around the world. Like, you could be watching this video and you are on a completely different time zone from me. You're in Australia, you're in New Zealand, but we're just united through the internet, through a silly little fun fitness video. And it is such an honor and a privilege and something that I just find so beyond fascinating. And one of the coolest things also is that we get to message one another, especially for those of you that follow me on TikTok or Instagram. I will get your DMs and it lightens my day, and I genuinely mean that. But I would say probably the most popular thing that I get sent in my DMs is questions about fitness programs. What recommendations I would give to somebody. Maybe somebody who's just starting out. Maybe somebody who wants a weight-based guide.
What was that?
Sorry, Reese just moved to the camera. Per usual, I can't film with her on my feet.
Okay. James.
And I kind of feel like I've maybe described some of my favorites here and there in videos, maybe in my podcast before, but I don't think I've ever done it standing alone in all its glory. So I figured, why not make a video sharing with you all of my personal recommendations for some of my absolute favorite fitness guides, maybe just fitness influencers that I admire, different programs that I would recommend to you based on where you are at in your own journey. And if you've seen this video where I talk about pretty much every single guide, every single workout program that I had ever tried at the time, which now is like a year ago, I unfortunately, or fortunately, have a lot of experience in the field, and I've tried what feels like everything under the sun. Now, of course, I can only offer you what I have only tried myself. There's probably so many, not probably, there are so many different people whose workouts I've never been able to try before. So obviously I can't recommend those to you if I've never done them myself. Also, this is very anecdotal. I'm giving you my personal recommendations from my personal experience. I'm only learning to be certified as a personal trainer, as in I haven't taken the test yet. But take this as friend to friend, like I would tell my older sisters, like I would tell my best friend down the street. Take it or leave it, and maybe it'll help you in just one small way. And I will try to educate you while I sip on my coffee. I'm gonna break this up into as relevant of categories as I can think of just right off the bat. If there is something or someone that just kind of goes into multiple categories, lean into it, love it, and enjoy how multifaceted their programs are. Let's start with something we've all become very fond of in the last year, and that is home-based workouts. I never used to be a big fan of at-home workouts. I felt like I would put them off all day long, and I never realized it was because I didn't enjoy doing them. But of course with 2020, it kind of became a necessity, and in that time, I sought out so many different creators and filmed most of the process if you're curious. So I kind of feel like I feel very knowledgeable in this field because I've tried so many different programs, influencers, workouts, guides, you name it. One of my absolute favorites, straight out of the gates, Sydney Cummings. Sydney to me is kind of one of those of course statements, you know? Like I say Sydney and you go, yes, like that makes sense. She is so reputable. I feel like I've never seen another creator with her work ethic and just her commitment to being such an incredibly thoughtful, mindful, and kind creator. And I say all of those adjectives with so much heart and meaning because truly Sydney is just the embodiment of care and compassion, and now I'm throwing more adjectives into the mix. But if you're looking for somebody that is going to motivate you to your core, don't look any further than Sydney. Sorry if this keeps bothering you. I'm hitting this and I need to move my arm, but I have to stabilize the coffee. She has more content than I have ever seen before in my life. Each of her videos are fully guided. She is coaching you through every single movement. She's giving you tips on how to correct yourself, how to correct your form, how to keep yourself pushing through when you want to give up so dang badly because it burns in the best way possible. And I think what I really appreciate about her content is that you can find your level in any of her videos. Also, another cool thing about how many videos that she's done, you can see her growth as a creator from beginning to end. And she's just kind of the person that you want in your corner. You know, like, she has an incredible story. I highly recommend you watch the video where she talks about when she was actually shot, and her perspective on things is so enlightening. I just have so much admiration for her, and I could not recommend any of her videos more. She's a great person to always turn to if you get I'm trying not to use my hands too much, but that one was uncalled for. You can always turn to her videos. She's going to meet you where you're at, and I can always count on her to give me a very, very good workout. Kind of in a similar breath, and somebody that I would also say is fantastic for a lot of the same reasons, Nourish Move Love. I want Nourish Move Love. Her name is Lindsey Baumgren. I want Lindsey Baumgren to have all of the recognition in the world. I did one of her videos kind of on a whim. I was trying to look for different kettlebell workouts to try out for a video that I did on my channel. Go figure. And I think I'd seen her recommended to me a lot in my comments from you all. And it was somebody that I'd always kind of written down in my notes. Like, I'll always keep a running list of people that I would love to preview or showcase for you all. But I just hadn't gotten around to making a video based on her yet until I did her kettlebell workout. And I was so impressed. I almost became like a little bit obsessed with her for a short little minute there. Still quite am, to be honest. But there is something so contagious about her energy. She is a group fitness instructor, and I think what I love most about her energy is that it feels like you are in person with her. She has such a vast network of videos on her website and on her YouTube channel. Pretty much on every platform, she has got you covered. And it's one of those ones where you know she is giving 110% every single time she steps foot on the mat. And I believe when I even did the kettlebell workout, she said she was just recently postpartum, and she was crushing it. To say I was impressed is the biggest understatement of the century. So needless to say, she has a great list of workouts for women that are going through their pregnancy. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. People of all gender and all ages. I don't know why I'm not tearing up. I think it's just the coffee, something's happening. But I promise you, if you've ever felt like you are unmotivated, or maybe you just absolutely hate at-home workouts and you're not interested in giving them a try, take my advice. Trust me to try out at least one of her videos. Try out one video and then report back and let me know how obsessed you are after just completing one of her videos. And I also kind of promise that you're going to get your butt kicked. At first I was thinking I should give you a whole number of recommendations for every category, but to me that feels more overwhelming. So just know I could rant on about so many creators for hours and hours, but I want to just give you my absolute favorite for every single category. Otherwise we'd be sitting here for far too long. My twinkle lights would die. Like, it would be a disaster. Creme de la creme. Okay, moving on to my gym-based workout favorites. I feel like for these recommendations, they feel good to me. I don't know. They're important to me because when it comes to gym-based training, and when I say gym-based, I really do mean strength training. That's a tricky one. It's a tough one, and it's a tough one to feel very comforted in, and that's why I love both of these women so stinking much. The first is none other than Lucy Davis. She is just top notch in every way. I get the most kind and supportive energy from her. Her and her partner work very close together. They have a podcast together. They also have their own programs together. And what I love about her programs is how functional they are, but also putting an emphasis on things that you're interested in perfecting. For example, they just released a program that focuses not only on lifting in the gym, but also combining your lifting with running, which is so beyond coincidental because those are two of my biggest goals and two of my favorite things. And oftentimes I have a whole video idea on this, but a lot of times in the fitness community, it feels like strength training is put on this pedestal, but there's never usually a place to also incorporate other things that you might love, such as running. It's very, very strange. But what I love about Lucy is not only does she provide so much knowledge behind all of the information, but also she's with you every step of the way. She debunks all of this wild nonsense that gets made up, all of these myths that happen in the fitness industry, which is so beyond absurd. And to me, her information is just top notch. She puts a lot of emphasis on compound movements, which I believe to be extraordinarily important. And I think it's incredible for when you're building a strength-based program, and also creating guides that have that lifestyle balance. And not to mention, her form is just incredible. You know, like some of those people that you just love seeing their content because they're so good at what they do. That's what I think about when I think of Lucy. Now, next I was gonna put this one individual in her own category, which is going to be when in doubt, choose this person sort of option. I really, really admire her, and I stand behind everything that she promotes and endorses and shares with her content. But she's also very applicable in this category, so we might as well just cut to the chase. Maybe you've already guessed it already, but that would be none other than Miss Natasha Ocean. When I tell you I miss Natasha so stinking much. She's been like teasing little bits of content on her Instagram lately, and it's kind of just warmed my heart. You can almost just feel her heart and soul that she pours into everything that she does. So you just know if she's not very present online right now, that this must just be the absolute coolest project that they're working on, and I can't wait for whatever it is to be released. I have my theories, but I digress. I'll stop being weird and obsessing so awkwardly right now. I will defend her to the death. I think she is one of those people that is just good to her core, and I absolutely respect the heck out of her and what she has done with her platform, what she stands for, her functional training that she promotes and endorses, and her approach to her content, her videos, even her sponsorships, I think is so admirable. She was one of the first people I ever turned to when it came to getting started on my own personal fitness journey, getting started in the gym, and feeling just lost. And I love every single guide I've ever tried by Natasha. I think I've tried at least 2 or 3 of her programs, but if you're somebody that wants to get started in the gym and you have either goals to grow, or maybe you want to cut, or you want to work on your endurance, your mobility, your functionality, Natasha kind of, in my eyes, has it all. And of course, everything is backed by science. She also works with a sports dietitian. Science all the way. Hey, hey, hey. I would say, depending on your goals, if you're looking for a recommendation of which of her guides to start with, I would probably say Build. I think it's gonna give you a lot of great foundation. It also focuses on increasing your metabolism, overall just getting stronger, building your muscle, and just, I need to stop fangirling. Like, it's kind of getting embarrassing. Check out anything that she does. You'll be impressed. Definitely applicable for all levels, but I would say maybe a little bit more intermediate to advanced. Now, if we actually want to break it down between a beginner, intermediate, advanced, just kind of depending on where maybe you're at in your journey, super beginner friendly, my recommendations. Grow with Jo. I think Grow with Jo is absolutely phenomenal. She's charismatic, she's fun, and she has a plethora of really, really great walking workouts on her channel. That's one of my favorite things to do from her. I think what I like most about it is that it feels like you're walking with a friend, or that you just have a really good support system behind you. She's somebody that I like to turn to when I sort of feel like maybe I've fallen off the wagon, or I've taken a few weeks off and I want to ease my way back into getting onto a very consistent routine. I know that I can always turn to her videos, and it feels very beginner friendly because they're very approachable. But don't get confused by beginner meaning super, super easy, because you're still going to be challenged and you're still going to get a sweat in no matter what level of training you're at. She also has a lot of great maternity and postpartum workouts that I think are absolutely fantastic. Not that I have the knowledge myself, but they seem really great. And probably one of my favorite things about her is that she's always doing fun themes. She's dressing up for videos, she does different styles, she dresses in fun costumes. I love that kind of creativity. Like, I think if I was to do that type of content, I would love to do as much creative, fun, festive things as she does. so much fun. Also kind of on that note, in similar festive fun form, MK Fit is fantastic. She does so many great themed dancing videos, and I love dancing workouts as a good way to just kind of forget that you're even working out at all. And I love her approach of just wrong and strong, doing whatever you can to move your body. It doesn't matter if you're getting the motions correct, you're having fun, you're still moving, you're still enjoying yourself. That's all that matters. You can't leave her videos in a bad mood. Also, Body for Days by Jerica. I did one of her videos for, I think, my first or my second viral walking workout videos, and that's a lot of the content that she shares on her channel. And she also talks about her journey and her weight loss. She is an incredible human being, and I'm lucky that she has even watched some of my videos herself. She gets her workouts in, she's got motivating music, she has incredible cues. I love her perseverance and have absolutely so much respect for her. For intermediate, I'm gonna say they could also be beginner or advanced, just depending on what videos you choose from them, but I think Fitness Blender is a wealth of knowledge. They had to have been some of the first fitness content creators on YouTube, and their videos stand strong to this day. They are solid to the core. They focus on what is right, what is important. I did actually one of their 1,000-calorie workout videos, which was so dang funny, mainly because I was so bad at it, but they're kind of just no BS, and they have fantastic programming. So I think that they're a really good stepping stone if maybe you're moving up from the beginner level, you want something a little bit more intermediate, or honestly, they're going to have difficult workouts as well. You can definitely find that with any of these creators, like that could be applicable with all of them, but I think Fitness Blender is a great way to progress your training and to work on your progressive overload. Lastly, a little bit more advanced, first one I'm going to say Fit Girl Mel. I am obsessed with Melissa Alcantara. I have done so many videos on her just because I love her programming so much. I think it's so neat that she offers so many different styles of content, which I don't think that you often see from many fitness influencers. Let's say a creator is very strong at strength training. That is usually the only content that they provide. But the cool thing about Melissa is that there's so many different types of guides that she's done. There are video-based guides where she is doing the workouts right in front of you. It feels like an at-home workout video. Then she also has gym-based guides. She has Instagram workout videos. There's so much to choose from, so I think that she's so versatile, but she's also intense. And that just needs to be said from the get-go because she is absolutely no joke. She will kick your butt. She is very much about getting in, getting it done, and very much pushing yourself through the entirety of your workout. But if you're up for it and you want it, you're gonna get a good burn in. You're gonna get a fantastic workout in. And I feel like I'm not used to a trainer like that that's a little bit more intense. So it can be kind of a helpful switch up. Just an option. It's not necessarily the truth, but I don't know. Fun challenge every once in a while. She's fantastic. And lastly, for the advanced level, I would also say Caroline Gervin. And I say this because she definitely adds in a lot of more complex elements to her workouts. And I've chatted with beginners before who have tried her workouts and just feel like it's a little bit too much, which I completely understand. And sometimes, you know what? It might not be for you at that time, and that's totally okay. Sorry, I'm like starting to choke over here. She does have beginner videos, which I think could be a good place to start. If you're wanting to do her beginner videos, then work your way up to some of her different epic programs, for example. That's fantastic. But I wouldn't say if you are a beginner to working out in general to start with Caroline. However, once you are ready for it, I think that she provides an awesome support system. She has a wonderful community, and she's just a badass, for lack of a better term. Like, just watching her get through every single workout with you, it's empowering to say the least. I feel like she also has a special place in my heart because I did a lot of her videos when I was in a tough spot in my life. So I think of her very fondly because whenever I would do her videos, it would kind of uplift me for the day, and it was something that I really started to look forward to. So I love her. I think that she learned so much in just the short time that she's even been a creator, and she's listened to her audience so well, and she's constantly adapting. She's got a good level of programs that are more body weight versus ones that incorporate weights. So a lot of different levels, but like I said, probably a little bit more on the advanced side. Trust me, she's the real deal. And lastly, this category is where I feel like I'm at most of the time, where I don't necessarily want to follow a guide, but I'm not always the most creative to come up with a workout just on the fly without thinking so much into it. Like, I want to go into the gym very mindlessly. I just want to do things, but I don't want to have to program a whole workout guide for myself ahead of time. You know what I mean? So these creators, I would say, are fantastic if you just need ideas. You're at the point where you want to craft your own workouts, or you're comfortable with the equipment in the gym, but you kind of need a few more ideas. First, I would say Libby Christensen. Not only is she just a fun person to follow, she's constantly just doing what I consider to be some really creative content, and also just top-notch quality. Like, she's pulling out the DSLR. A majority of her content is on her Instagram, and she posts the workouts that she just does on a day-to-day basis. So it could be a glutes day for her, and she's going to show you everything that she did during her glutes day, what her entire menu looked like for the day. You could bookmark it, save it for your next booty day, and you've got yourself a really solid, fantastic workout. Also, the proof is in the pudding. Let's just put it that way. I've been following her for a few years, and it is remarkable if I look back and see her progress from 2019, for example, the strength that she has built, the confidence that she is exuding. It's really, really empowering. Like, talk about goals. When I look through my bookmarks, like, all of it is Libby. Like, it's just Libby on blast. And lastly, one of my current favorites, kind of a newer obsession, but somebody I just consider to be solid, Alex Rice. Libby and Alex are both Gymshark athletes, but what I really like about both of their styles is that it's just the basics. It's the fundamentals. They do a lot of compound movements. It's none of these like upside down flipsy twipsy tricks. You know, you kind of see a little bit more complex movements on Instagram sometimes, and you're curious how you would do that in the gym. But with them, what I like is that you're just going to see the staples and remember that you can stick to the basics. Your deadlifts, your RDLs, your front squats, back squats, etc. Alex to me is just solid, and I actually just found out the other day that she has dumbbell only workout guides, which I'm kind of interested to purchase, I'm not gonna lie. Even with both of them though, if you just need some good free content to bookmark for the next time that you're at the gym, it's a shoulder day, you don't know what to do, you don't even remember a single exercise that targets your shoulders, you pull up your Instagram bookmarks, you pull up your favorite Alex Rice workout, you got yourself some Boulder shoulders. This video is nothing fancy, it's just kind of me sharing a few of my favorites, some of my girls who have gotten me through some really tough times. And that's the cool thing about the gym, you know, it can be a place for you to grow in so many more ways than one, but for me it's always been a place that I go for anxiety relief, or to just work on myself, and to take 30 minutes or an hour out of my day where I can go and I can work on Taylor and I can relieve a bit of anxiety, or just go for some relief, or honestly just go to have some fun, because at the end of the day, you still got to do the workouts that you enjoy. So I hope that this was helpful. Maybe you just needed a bit of inspiration, find some creators that maybe you've never tried before, or just give some love to your old favorites. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know who your favorites are in the comments down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel so stinking much. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. It is free. It will mean so much to me. Instagram, TikTok, the usual. I'm getting a little bit better at posting on both. And don't forget the Twisty Pod podcast. Don't get it twisted. We'll be back very, very soon. So stay tuned. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.